it's Anne from the Useless Crafter for the 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop design team, doing a tutorial for you guys today to show you how to stand up your party props. So I have two that I wanted to show you. One is, you guys do a lot of signs for parties. This one is an old sign that I did for Michael's, but it's a contest that they had. So, but this could easily be, happy birthday, happy graduation, all that good stuff. So it's all cardstock, right? Because that's what's going to give you the shimmer and the beautiful colors. But it's on a foam board so that it can stand. If you can see, I can hold it with one hand and it will stay up. So it can stand propped up against a table, against the wall. So that's going to be good for party decor. Now, I'm going to put this aside. The one that I'm going to show you today is Alice. Alice is 30 inches, right? So when you do those fun characters, you're going to want them to be able to not be so delicate, right? So if you have it on the foam board, which is what I have it on right here, this is a 20 by 30 foam board, and it's $1 because it's from the Dollar Tree. But you can see how thick it is. That's going to give you the stability that you need in order to stand something up. So I'm going to show you the easiest way to do this. What you do is you put your whatever it is that you want to have the foam board on. And in this case, she's a little bit large. I'm going to turn her diagonally so the whole thing is on here. What you do is, you see this top layer right here? We can cut through this, but what you don't want to do is you don't want to peel off this layer. The foam paper is here with the foam board. It keeps everything stable. So as you peel away the layers, like if you wanted it just to be white, then buy the white foam board. Don't peel this off so that just the white shows. It's going to be less stable, basically. All right, so on my black, what you do is I have a white pencil and you're just gonna outline it. You're gonna trace it. And the easiest way to do this is you trace it and then you cut inside the lines. You're gonna cut as close as you can because as long as the majority of your character or your sign is supported, then you will have a very supported piece and it will stand propped up. Now, the bottom part though, like whatever, for a sign, it's that whole bottom layer, right? What you want to make sure is don't cut inside the line, cut on the line so that the whole sign is resting on the foam board so that you don't curl the paper in. That's where you don't want to be inside the line. But everywhere else you can be inside the line because, like I said, as long as the majority of your piece is supported, you don't need it to go all the way to the edge. And I'll even show you, sorry, I'm getting all the way around. This character is so big that she's not all on the screen. Is sometimes when you have like the little details, don't worry about it. Just go around it. So I'm gonna lift this up in a second. Oh, I didn't get that yet. Give me one more second. Here we go. I'll pull this apart so you can see it. So you can see my outline. Now where she has the little bow, this bow thing does not need to be supported. I'm just gonna do a quick cut right here, just all the way around. You don't need it to cover that. So let me move this aside. You wanna have just like an X-Acto knife, okay? The other tip is you wanna do it in a smooth stroke. That's gonna help you get a clean cut. So this is large, right? But what I mean by one stroke is, for instance, I'm gonna do this hemline right here, and I'm just gonna start, and I'm gonna cut along inside the line, and I'm gonna go all the way to the edge, and then I'm just gonna be done with it. And I'm gonna pull this part out. So see, it's nice and smooth. It's gonna be inside the character, so it's not gonna look bad. You're not gonna see it from the front, and then your character is gonna be supported, or your sign. So I'm gonna go down, and then cut it through. And you can see, I can still see my pencil line, right? I'm inside that line. And then I'm going to show you how to add it to the back of the character. And the other key is to make sure you have a sharp blade. If you don't have a sharp blade, go buy one, because you're gonna have such a bad cut. It's not gonna be smooth, because look at this smooth line right here, and you're watching me do it in real time. It's not taking a long time. The other thing is, because we're cutting inside the line, we should be okay, but what you don't wanna do is, you don't wanna tilt your blade this way, because it's gonna angle out, and then when you get to the bottom of your cut, it's going to extend past this line. So then you're going to be able to see it. So what you want to do is you do want to cut straight down, and you want to cut inside the line. So you can see my blade is, you know, pretty much straight. So that was a smooth cut, right? And then I could just do this. See it? But even here, I don't know. Oh, you can see it. So if you really concentrate, like you can see, I didn't cut it straight down because I can see the white, right? It's just a slight angle, and it's not going to be a big deal because I cut inside the line. But if we were cutting on the line, for instance, then you would have the foam board would extend past your character or past your sign. So you don't want that. All right. So let's continue doing this. And I'm at a bad angle because I can't see past my hand, but it doesn't matter. This is going to give me enough support. This is around her bow, remember? And I was just going to cut all the way around because there's no need to support that bow. That bow will be fine. And actually what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to plug in my glue gun, because that's what we're going to need to use in order to glue it to our piece. So give me 1 second while I plug this in and turn it on. Okay. So that will heat up and be ready for us when we're done. All right, so let's do this part right here. Now for this character, my bottom part is kind of thin. It's just her two little, you know, she's on like almost her tippy toes. So I'm tempted to sort of just not cut this in, but let it be kind of straight right here. So it's going, I mean, no one's really gonna notice her feet. So I think I'm gonna do this. That way she just has a little bit more stability to stay propped up. Now, sometimes with these, when it's super thin, you know, you can do this. It's still really narrow, right? Because her legs are, it gets really thin right there. You could just either make a little ledge for them, and that's just the way it is. And no one's gonna know what it's supposed to look like. It's totally up to you. So, all right, I'm gonna cut this in. Okay, and we're almost done. You can see this is starting to take the shape of Alice. And start right here. And just this part of her skirt left, so let's do that. Okay, So I'm gonna bring her back so you can see what that looks like, and I'll flip it from behind as well. So here she is, right? You can't see the foam board. And let me flip it over so you can see what it looks like from behind. So from behind, you could see she extends past, right? Right here, you can see it goes past. This is a more clean cut, like along the skirt. And then let me show you what the top looks like. See, but this, because you do one smooth cut at a time, even though it's inside, it looks really clean. And so that's, no one will know that that's the way it's supposed to be. All right, so this is how I like to do it. When you have big signs, I like to glue it at the bottom first. Now remember here, I kept this line right here so that it's a little bit stable. So you don't want to put glue here, you want to put glue behind her legs. So my glue gun is heated up. Let me grab some more glue sticks. And what I basically want to do is start with the shoes, glue that down, and then we'll turn it around, and we're sort of gonna just roll her down like you would in yoga or something, right? Like slowly get down. You wanna roll your back. I mean, the same thing, because you wanna make sure that you have the glue to support the whole thing, that it's glued down, but the glue dries. So you gotta go from section and then let it roll. You don't want to crease your paper or anything like that either, okay? So I'm gonna flip this up this way to make sure that there's glue on my toes, just to get it down. Okay, then I'm gonna flip it this way, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift her up so you can kind of see she's gonna be bent, and then I'm gonna slowly add glue like from here on up, then roll her down here, then add glue in this section, then roll her down, so that I have access to the whole foam board to be able to give glue to the whole piece. You don't want to be sporadic about it, because then you're gonna miss some spots and it's gonna be hard to get glue there. So we really just want to go from bottom up, okay? All right, so I'm gonna try to do it at an angle where you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm lifting it up. You can see it's really narrow right here. So this is her legs. Whoa. So I'm just doing a little bit and then letting it roll down so that it's drying with her on top of it. And normally for something this big, I do use a bigger glue gun, but I wanted you to be able to see everything, so that's why I'm doing it this way. But this is working fine, so you can see I'm putting strips down. And even though I'm rolling her down, there's not going to be any creases in the paper because I'm gently pulling her up. And slowly rolling her down. So now I'm going to do it on this screen so you can see. See, she's leaning against me, and she's stable because she's got that thick foam board that she can stand propped up. Like you can see behind me, I have Frida. And I have a big Snow White. All things in my studio right now. And then that's how you do that. So I'm gonna bring back the sign so you can see it, but you can just imagine, I mean, this sign has this straight ledge, so it can really stand propped up against, see if I hold it like this, if you can see, I'm just holding it, let me see, this way. So that way, if you had a stand, a plate against the wall, this can stay propped up. So these are great, an easy way to hang up your party decor. And yeah, So here's the glue one. This glue gun is the smaller one. I would definitely use the one where the sticks are like this long, because that will help you get a lot of glue down. Not that you need it, but it would have been a lot easier to put it down, because you can see I was squeezing it to make sure it was all the way out. Turn this off and let us know what you think in the comments and what you want to see. We would love to do a project that you guys request. So, all right, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.